What if we were lying? Why would we lie to ourselves?
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey is a sequel to the 1989 sci-fi comedy film Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure that I reviewed last week. If you haven't watched it already, please do. It continues the story of Bill and Ted, who are now fast food employees struggling to make a name for wild stallions in order to support themselves and their fiancées, Joanna and Elizabeth. In order to make some money to go on tour and get a decent place to live, they plan on winning the Battle of the Bands, which will be where they first start to inspire the world with their music. Unfortunately for them, Rufus's mentor Denomulus, who hates the utopian society that they created, sends evil robot clones of Bill and Ted back in time in order to kill them, take over, and ruin their lives, including ruining their success of the Battle of the Bands, altering history. Despite my love of the original film, this has to be my favourite of the first two. I love the plot based on Dante's Divine Comedy, and the much darker gallows humour in this film, compared to the silly lovable goofs and gaffs of the original, although those are great too. There are even contributions to the soundtrack by well-established heavy metal bands, such as Megadeth and Kiss. I love this film so much. Also, the results of the poll from the last video will be revealed at the end of this video. The film begins in the 25th century, where Rufus is giving a lecture at a school. His lecture is interrupted by his old teacher, Denomulus, who reveals his evil plan to destroy the utopian society they live in by altering history. So Bill and Ted never succeed with their plans for wild stallions by using their evil robot doppelgangers. How's it going, dudes? Denomulus' stormtrooper minions try to execute Rufus when he clings to their time-travelling telephone booth, and when they arrive in the present, Rufus is nowhere to be found, likely to have been lost to time. Wild stallions are still slackers who are trying out for the Battle of the Bands in order to gain some funds for their livelihoods, but unfortunately they still suck at playing instruments, with the exception of Joanna and Elizabeth.
Girls mature faster than guys.
But the organizer, Mrs. Wardrobe, gives them a chance anyway. Distraught at their failures, Bill and Ted humbly propose to their girlfriends and head home. Their evil robot counterparts arrive at their house, and mistaking them for their future selves, they agree to go with them, although Ted has doubts.
I got a very bad feeling.
That scene made me feel really bad when I first watched this. He sounds so sad when he says it. Good old Keanu. Ted's doubts seem to be proven correct, as the robots reveal their true nature and throw Bill and Ted off the cliffside, while Go to Hell by Megadeth plays. Bill and Ted's souls are then met by Death, who says in order to return to the world of the living, they must challenge him to a contest and defeat him. Nice Seventh Seal reference, movie, good job. Instead, Bill and Ted Melvin Death, and to be honest, the first few times I watched this film I had no idea what they meant by that, so I had to look it up. Must be an American thing or something. When their attempt to get help through a seance held by Missy fails,
It's your mom, dude!
They are sent straight to hell and receive no help when requesting it from Satan himself, because he's known for being a very benevolent, reliable, and honest source when it comes to assistance apparently. In lieu, they're sent straight to face their greatest childhood fears. This part, especially with the Easter Bunny, always used to freak me out as a kid. I have no idea why. Escaping the abode of the damned, they choose to take up Death's offer, but choose modern games like Battleships, Clue, and Twister. After confronting Death on being a sore loser, he agrees to be at the boy's command.
Don't fear the Reaper.
I heard that.
This franchise was made for me or something, I swear. They realize they need someone to help defeat the evil robots, and look for the smartest person in the universe. After mugging some guys in heaven and singing some Poison lyrics,
every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn.
They meet with God, who gives them a clue, the word station. This leads them to finding a Martian scientist duo who communicates through the word station, and they head to Earth to defeat the robots and Anomalous. Station combines into one big being and begins building benignant robot versions of Bill and Ted on their way to the concert. Evil robot Bill and Ted have tied up Joanna and Elizabeth and plan on killing them, but Bill and Ted arrive just in time to save the day, and the good robot Bill and Ted's defeat the evil ones. Unfortunately, the Anomalous arrives to kill Bill and Ted himself, but they use time travel to stop him, and Ted's father arrests him. Miss Wardrow reveals herself to actually be Rufus in disguise, who encourages them to play. Knowing they aren't good enough, Bill and Ted use time travel again to go on a 16-month training course / honeymoon, returning with children as well. They begin to play God Gave Rock and Roll to You by Kiss, entrancing the world and gaining fame and fortune in later years, which is revealed through a series of newspapers shown on screen. All in all, this is one of my favourite comedy films of all time. There are plenty of silly gags and references to pop culture as well as to the previous film, such as Missy's floozy-ish nature being touched on, with her divorcing Bill's father and marrying Ted's, and characters like Colonel Oates are still threatening both Bill and Ted in both this world and the next. Rufus being seemingly killed off, but really being in the present from early on in the film, was also a nice addition, as it makes more sense why they would allow such talentless hacks like Bill and Ted a chance at winning $25,000. This will be a fantastic watch if you enjoyed the first one, and I highly recommend it. The results of the poll are in, and the winner is... More film reviews? I guess I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. If you wish to choose which film I will be reviewing in my next video, please vote in the poll linked in the description box down below. The results will be cashed in on the following Tuesday, just like the last poll.
And as always, thanks for watching.